You see, now this one now, I want to know if you listen closely, cause me I go listen closely to you. Understand what I say? Listen to this, my people, because head boy calling and head boy, man, I tell you, make me I think like hard right now, brother. Don't listen to this.
Blessed morning, my family. How you doing, Ed boy?
Morning, sister. How you doing?
I'm alright.
Boy, I tell you, these guys are on a rampage to rampage Jamaica, you know. Yeah? Because how on God's earth they could have allowed this to happen to the athletes?
Exactly.
With a country
And big up ABI News TV, people. Make sure to go over there, subscribe, hit the bell, and click all so you can get our notifications.
that could take up 11 point something billion and give people 20,000. Yeah? Wouldn't it have made sense for them to have just dedicated $1 billion of that money to the athletes?
Thank you very much.
For the upkeep, to pay for the physio and to pay for. Because but you see, the thing is, the GLP don't understand. They have never valued the athletes.
No time at all.
Embarrassing.
Babsy Grange, and one thing with me, I give justice where justice is. Babsy might have an affection for them.
But love alone can't do it.
But love alone can't do it. She's a part of an administration that they remember, you know, a lot of them don't like the athletes because them grudge them.
True.
Because they see the potential that they have, that if them can run one race like a Usain Bolt and could go put $12 million in a 12 million US in a bank. Yeah? Unless them thief, them not say 12 million US.
Hey.
Yeah? So you must understand they have a hatred for some of these athletes, you know.
True.
Yeah? Because when them go uptown, go buy a house, when they look next door, them is the same athletes they seen. Yeah. And they know said him never come from nowhere, him come from Waterhouse to them.
To them.
To them. I don't hold that view. But they have a position. But you know, very sad. Now, sister, I want to talk to you about something that, and I've been watching this thing for a while. Yeah? This thing with this Israeli company that got the contract to do works with the
Yes.
Yeah? And I am not, I've said this and I'll say it again, I am not spreading trying to cause mass hysteria or any other else thing. I am simply saying it is quite coincidental that the EOJ, government of Jamaica, would issue a contract to this Israeli company with a tattered and checkered past. And the checkered past they have is that the previous company, so Pangea was, before it became Pangea, it was another company. Yeah? And in that company's history, they have intervened in elections in the east of Africa.
My God.
People want to hear that? The company where them give the contract to the EOJ, give the contract to the Electorate Office of Jamaica, give the contract to, according to Ed Boy, them have a dark past. Before them they name, them change them name, them interfere in a South African elections. I want to pin that, just pin that in your brain right there, so, and listen to the rest of this. Let's go.
So how coincidental.
How coincidental. And what they have done is that they manipulated the voting data there. Because what the contract with the government is for, you know. And some people are saying, oh, these guys, the Israelis here a long time. Lie. They signed up on June 4 of 2022. The Jamaica Observer published that there was a contract between Pangea IT and the EOJ of Jamaica for 5 years. The contract would include biometric data. Yeah? And they will be in charge of the biometric data of the voting system. So it seems like what they're wanting to do, they want to make it mandatory. Well, not mandatory, but improve the biometric so you can vote just by fingerprint. Yeah? No,
And this was in 2022.
This was in 2022. We have not gotten any update on the scope of works. I don't believe that them done this, because they cannot implement this system in this election.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I told someone the other day. Yeah.
So they can't implement it in this election. But my issue with it is that I think the very first thing the People's National Party need to do when it goes to government is ask for an investigation into what was the role. What role did these guys play? What were they doing?
Yeah.
Because remember, you already submit your fingerprints to the EOJ.
So them did I help them for pushing it span way?
So them, it seems to me that what these guys were doing was taking their data from the EOJ, which is mandatory that you must do fingerprinting when you're with the EOJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. And using that data now to coincide with the needs. So it is not about the election, and I think this is where people not really understanding it.
Yeah.
Because I keep on telling people, the electronic voter system cannot work in every constituency. Yeah?
True.
You have some polling station where there no electricity, so how it going to work?
True.
Yeah. The issue for me, it seems as if it is really the data, the biometric data that these guys are after. Yeah. And so if it is that and that is why maybe so much money now is coming to it, because we don't know if they have committed to the international community, they have completed their process, because every person who have ever registered to vote, the EOJ have your fingerprint.
True.
So why you need a company to come say them going to manage that fingerprint system? What's the purpose of that?
Exactly. And I know they can't do the census, but then pay this company. Mighty God.
No, so something is aloof here. And remember that it was Daryl Baz who said nothing is a secret in Jamaica.
Nothing is private.
So
Ball out! Whoa, we need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
People, we not try to spread no reality, but when you really hear these things, you have to admit to some good questions. Head boy asking people, why and this company with this pass, you can't ignore it. You say Donald Trump 2020 Dominion voting machine, Empress 13, man, people. Robert Brown, big up. Yes, Yankee bless. No joke, me remember. But I'm telling you, this is something that needs to be studied and needs to be researched. And you see the recommendation I give to Mark Golding, I am echoing this message, Mr. Mark Golding and the PMP. I hope you guys are listening, and I know some of you are. Sir, please pay attention to this and, take a look at it. Take a look at it. Please pay attention to it. Let's hear more.
If somebody have my fingerprint, could they possibly put my fingerprint on a crime scene?
Help, we key out the Biometric.
Need a divine intervention.
What did you say?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And remember that it was Daryl Baz who said nothing is a secret in Jamaica.
Nothing is private.
So if somebody have my fingerprint, could they possibly put my fingerprint on a crime scene?
All of that too, of course.
Yeah, so me don't know. I am just saying that these things are, but we need to look at it and we need to watch, because I am also saying we don't want no fingerprint system, no biometric system. I am also in
Nothing is private.
So if somebody have my fingerprint, could they possibly put my fingerprint on a crime scene?
No, people. No, listen to me. The integrity of your information is a very, very serious thing. I don't think that is a very, very light question, you know. You understand what I deal with? Given the fact that the individual or the company which he's speaking of is allegedly have a past with interfering with elections. We cannot ignore those things. If all those things are true, ladies and gentlemen, we should be very worried. Barbara, may I tell her, Ryan, big up, we should be very worried. And the truth is just the truth. You cannot tell me, say, this is not very, very worrisome. This is a real worrying thing right here. So you understand what I say? Think about it.
All of that too, of course.
Yeah, so me no know. I am just saying that these things are, but we need to look at it and we need to watch, because I am also saying we don't want no fingerprint system, no biometric system for no election. Meaning, let the lines be long. If it take with 3 days, if you come
don't
vote in
vote,
Jamaica,
yes.
let it happen.
True.
Yeah?
Same so.
And we
If you see this,
Me agree with head boy upon that. You understand me, I deal with? Agree with him upon that, brother. And this, him say something else too. Listen to this.
lines be long. If it take with 3 days, if you come
don't
vote in
vote,
Jamaica,
yes.
let it happen.
True.
Yeah?
Same so.
And we need to start advocating for voting reform, because I don't see the purpose why we have to have 1 day for voting. That makes no sense. Some people can hardly get a day to come off of them work for the 1 day give them to vote. They can hardly get the day. Yeah? So I'm thinking now we have to look at maybe going to an extra day for voting. Yeah?
Makes sense, because even though they are rightfully due 3 hours to go out on election day, how much of them are gonna get the opportunity for
No,
go?
a lot of the bosses don't give the workers the chance. They're not business. You see, worse if them vote for them, sir. Yeah? That even make it worse, and maybe not.
And that
maybe
shouldn't
they
be.
put the whole day to work.
That shouldn't
Yeah?
be at all.
So we have to really look. We have to really look at this, and we have to really look at now going forward in terms of because why would the EOJ want to go biometric way when the ballots have always worked? There's a check and balance in terms of the ballots. You know, you have an indoor agent from the JLP, an indoor agent from the PNP.
Yeah.
Each
And
time
other.
a ballot is issued, and others, and the poll clerk, the presiding officer, each time a ballot is issued, they have to write it down.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Lorna, big up.
Why waste money to go say you talk about monitoring, managing biometric voting system? That makes no sense. Unless it is that you plan to manipulate the data.
True.
So some of this just don't add up, and we need to be on the alert for this. The next thing is as I go.
People, we have to keep a serious eye upon this, you know. We gotta talk about all your information, you know. Your fingerprint, access to that data there. You know much things a man can do with a fingerprint? Robert, listen to me now, man. You know Marky G is not a fool man though. I'm not thinking fool, but you're not fool, you know. Marky G not fool. We just need Marky G to be aware of these things. And we know if you approach it properly. I tell you that. No joke about that.
You know, I hear these people in St. Thomas Eastern, their workers meeting out there. Right?
Yeah.
And I think the Charles them take Jamaicans for a bunch of idiots.
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
And I think the Charles them take Jamaicans for a bunch of idiots. Yeah? You know, at the workers' appreciation meeting, Colonel Charles Sr. spent at least 5 to 10 minutes introducing the family of his family. Yeah?
What can go so? What can go so? What can go so? What did you you say?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
Association meeting. Colonel Charles them take Jamaican for a bunch of idiots. Yeah? You know, at the workers' appreciation meeting, Colonel Charles Sr. spent at least 5 to 10 minutes introducing the family of his family. Yeah? And how this one is this one, and the granddaughter play football and the this play football. And I sat and I said, look at the disrespect and the insult to the people of Eastern St. Thomas. When your family inherit too much land out there.
And you come back and introduce more family. I want a family business.
More family to them. And the people of St. Thomas is sitting down and taking this nonsense. And I'm not advocating for nobody to rile up against the Charles. To be quite frank, Charles family is somebody I've interacted with in politics. We campaigned against each other. Yeah? There's no bad blood, there's no ill will. But I'm saying it's disrespectful, especially knowing the local sentiments. Yeah?
True.
And the people of St. Thomas must not stand to this disrespect. They should vote and vote loudly. They're doing everything in the power to try to win back Eastern St. Thomas, and they see gone leave them like the rest of Jamaica.
Yes, man.
Yeah?
True.
Hey, let me tell you, it's going to be a ding-dong battle out in St. Thomas. As the voting call, I can tell you by 3 o'clock they could be able to declare Eastern St. Thomas, the way people want to get rid of Mission Charles.
Our time done, man. Long time.
She's not even one of our council and I get along. So you can know the character and the nature of this woman.
My God.
Cantankerous. Yeah, but so the father was very cantankerous. And they believe they can bully people. And she go out in Eastern St. Thomas with the same bully behavior. Yeah? But all I know is the people are ready and they're going to make her feel it. One-term political politics. A matter of fact, she might have to go back to America, go face what she's supposed to face.
Same so.
Anyway, sis, I gone left you.
So, you know, but my name Ed Boy always brings some different perspective and some type of inside information on these people. We're not too privy to, because as him say, he has interacted with them politically, the family. You know, when I was a very young man, and me not really didn't know much about politics, but I used to watch the parliament with my father. And as a youth, say you go offer our person, show themselves and present themselves. I was never impressed with Colonel Charles, I always see him as an ignorant, illiterate person, dark and fool, As a young man, me at about 12-year-old him time, a young man, me always look at him like him illiterate and him just dark. I seen him, me at about it, daddy me at about him. Him man just look like and sound like and move like that way there. When I look at him, how my behavior and go on and them something there. Me used to sit down with my father and watch Parliament. But me never know nothing about PMP and JLP. Me just watch them as a young man. And I look at them character. I look at how they stay. And I always see a certain type of personality from the Jamaica Labour Party. Them is a DNA, is a identity for the people. Them Siaga, all of them. And Jonas come with the same thing now. You understand? The bullyism, the tyrannical behavior. You feel me? I say, shove down things down people's throat. Like them when I try to shove the niggas down with throat. Thank God for Mark Golding. You feel me? I say? Because if him never did, I know the law. Right now, we're in a trouble, You see, we are there when I present the needs. I don't think people really realize how much trouble would I do, Any other needs that they pass, Remember me telling you, you can kiss everything goodbye, You have a brother when named Radcliffe, Let me see, Talking on TV, always a show him video them, him up on TikTok. And you hear the man say, a liar, allegedly, thief him land. And I want courthouse up on the land now, prime land with up on main road. You can imagine what they would have do to if everything was digitalized. All our people might lose their money out of their bank and them something there. And more people that lose their money. The easiest way to thief your money when everything digital and you never know. One click of the button and everything gone. All your life savings done. And at that time they don't want to bring come to Jamaica with it unconstitutional and argue with privacy and something needs. If I never for Mark Golden, we're in a trouble. So all I want to do now. That's one more thing for thank Mark Golden for. Anyway, moving on to the next video.